You are listening to the Mad Music Marketing Minutes podcast with your host, Billy Gryzak. Brought to you by MusicMarketingMind.com. Personal music career support services. The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, well, here we are again with the Mad Music Marketing Minutes podcast. So happy you could be here and join us. We're doing something very special today, something different, something I don't think I've ever heard done before. So we're hopefully going to be breaking some new ground. Today, we're going to be talking to 3 musicians, 3 artists that are actually at the beginning of their career. You probably haven't heard of any of them yet, but hopefully you're going to hear a lot from all of them. They're all actually teenage musicians that I've met either locally or online, or actually one of them I sort of known all my life because he's my son. So we're going to meet 3 guys that are doing music, and hopefully, you know, if you're making a lot of music, people like to hit the youth market, the target market, and I'd like to kind of find out what they're into, what they're doing, what they think is cool, and see how different it is than folks like in my age group and us professional musicians, what we think is really going on, and maybe we'll get an education today. So let me introduce everyone to you. First of all, we have Mitchell DeVroy. Mitchell, we can say hello and tell us who you are and how old you are and what it is that you do, basically.
Well, my name is Mitchell, as he said. I am 18 years old, and I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And currently, I'm working on my first EP. I play alternative and indie rock.
Cool. Excellent. And we have online from, I believe you're in Nashville, Tennessee. This is Andrew James. I don't know if you use your last name or not, but you could tell us, you can pick as many names as you want and tell us all about you. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I do go by Andrew James, and I am a solo acoustic guitarist mainly, meaning I don't sing. And I'm also a beginning audio engineer, so I record and mix all my own music.
Excellent, excellent. And last but not least, a dude I've known for almost 18 years now. This is Will Gryzak. I want to tell everybody who you are, what you do, and what you've done in the past, because that's pretty interesting.
Okay, well, I'm Will, W-I-L, like Wheaton, from Star Trek for anybody who likes it. I play drums. I know enough bass to get by, like all of the greatest bass players. I'm trying to learn guitar, and I'm self-teaching myself piano. And I like to mess around with MIDI files through GarageBand on a iPod. So I've released 3 CDs using nothing but an iPod with no vocals because I don't feel comfortable singing, even though I have no problem using my movie voice right now. But yeah, that's what I do.
And also you've kind of moved on from writing music, and you're doing what now?
I'm writing lyrics rather than composing the melodies.
Awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, let's get started. I guess the first question I'd like to ask, and whoever just kind of wants to jump in, or maybe we'll just take turns. Let's see. I'm kind of curious now. So you all play music. Let's Andrew, what exactly got you interested in playing music in the first place? What was the thing that got you excited about it?
All right. Well, it definitely goes back all the way to when I was a kid. My parents popped in a Phil Keaggy CD to help me fall asleep, and I listened to the same song every night for about 10 years. And that's the song that I wanted to learn, and that's what got me interested in learning guitar.
What song was it?
It was In the Light of the Common Day.
Have you recorded that one or put it up on Facebook yet?
I believe I actually have 2 versions up on my YouTube page.
Cool. And what about you, Mitchell?
Well, I started playing instruments when I was of a young age, 8 or 9. I learned from a neighbor, and ever since I've learned over 20 instruments. It all started with the Mr. Billy Show back in 2nd grade when I recorded the CD. I believe we did a song about a local historical site, and ever since I've been kind of interested in music, and now I'm a singer-songwriter.
Excellent, super duper. Could you say it now? I'm a singer-songwriter again.
Now I'm a singer-songwriter.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think I know your story, but maybe I don't. Go ahead.
Well, I guess technically I was into music when I used to like fall asleep to you and Mom sound checking in the basement of our old house. But I guess when I really started getting into music when I was about 3, 4, when you bought me my computer. And I started, you use the term analyzing. I used to analyze the lyrics in the song, and I would figure out how to figure out all the words in the songs. So...
Yeah, you couldn't talk very well, but you could figure out all the songs.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And then I started playing drums when I was about 9.5, and I've been doing that ever since, so yay.
Cool. So... Aside from the fact that you're all making your own music, and it sounds like everybody here knows how to record. Is that correct, Andrew? You do your own recording, right?
Yes.
And Mitchell, you don't do your own record. Well, you dabble in it, right? A little bit.
I've dabbled in it. Yeah, I've done a couple recordings, nothing too serious. But...
Right, and then you've been working in my studio, and then Will, you do your own recordings in GarageBand.
Well, I know how to hit the red button and then hit notes.
Excellent. So we all know that you're writing your own music, you're performing, making YouTube videos and stuff like that. My question is this, though. I'm really curious. How do, guys that are interested in music, not just the average teenager, because you guys are the above-average teenagers, how do you find music? Like, where do you find music? How do you discover new music? Mitchell?
Well, I listen to a lot of what the common public might call as hipster music. I find stuff that, only has like 500 or 600 hits on YouTube, and in a couple of years after finding out about it, then of course it blows up. And but I listen to a lot of stuff that I find actually through either spoken word or when Spotify has the suggested for you section. That's how I find the music that I listen to.
So you use YouTube and Spotify mostly?
Yes.
Okay, Will?
Okay, well, I have a lot of different sources now. Okay. I will typically, whenever I'm going with you on a gig, I'll typically hear a lot of songs that I've never heard before, either just playing it through Spotify, Pandora, or when we're actually at the gig, sometimes there'll be other musicians that do stuff that I've never heard before. But the main sources that I've been able to find music that I like is video games that I play. I'm a huge gamer and spend 12 hours a day staring at a screen, hearing music that's on them. So I guess that's probably the biggest place that I hear what I like.
So one of your main sources of discovery is what you hear in video games?
Yeah.
Interesting. Andrew?
Like they said, Spotify, Pandora are obviously good ones. But some of my favorite artists I found through the suggested bar on YouTube. On the sidebar,
Sure. That's interesting. So here's a question, and be honest. Nobody's going to come and, well, at least I hope nobody's going to come and throw us all in music prison or anything. But
prison.
When's the last time that any of you guys have actually paid for a piece of music, whether it's a download or a CD or vinyl? Have you guys actually bought music lately, Andrew?
A couple, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I went to a Trace Bundy concert and I bought a CD there. But that was the last time.
Are you more likely to buy music when you see the artist than actually listening to it on the internet?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Mitchell? Well, actually, I bought one 2 or 3 days ago. Got a the new Katy Perry album, Prism, Katy My Lady. And, yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to leave now. No, just joking. Katie's awesome.
I'm open about the different types of music I listen to.
That's cool, man. Cool. What about you, Will?
Well, I think the last CD that I bought was at Harmony Cafe. We go there every Friday, and we bought a Anthony CD for $5.
Right, one of the guys to go to the open mic night. Yeah, actually, he was supposed to be on the podcast today, but he couldn't make it, so hopefully we get him on another night.
Yeah, usually I try to avoid buying music because I can just find it on YouTube videos anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Such as I Fight Dragons, and if you haven't heard them, check them out because they are awesome.
Yeah, we're actually going to have Brian from I Fight Dragons on the show in couple of 2-3 weeks or so.
So cool.
Yeah, really awesome. Well, so now we're up here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now the music scene up here. Well, I don't know if there is a music scene exactly.
We are the music scene.
now Andrew, he's actually in the music scene. He's down in Nashville, Tennessee. So I was kind of curious if we kind of like talk about the difference between living in like a music hub versus like living in Nowhereville, football land. You know, like for instance, if you want to like how often do you guys, Mitchell and Will, get, do we get good shows to go to, or where do you go to see music, or what is there to do during the week around here? Anything?
Well, if you want to go see a good show, regularly they have, they might have a show at the Rush Center, which is Green Bay's big center, but other than that, you pretty much have to drive all the way down to Milwaukee to see a great show. If not that, then just open mics at cafes on Fridays. That's
pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about you, Will?
Well, for a good show, might I suggest reruns of I Love Lucy, or for some of my 90s friends, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay. So make us feel really bad there, Andrew. So what's it like being down in Nashville, as an aspiring up and coming musician, man, and what is there, obviously there's lots of musicians down there. Do you get to see things? Also, being underage, are there shows you can go to down there? Do you get to meet any of these people?
Well, honestly, I haven't been out much yet, but the times I do go, like even downtown Nashville, every bar, every restaurant, every street corner has a different musician playing, or I don't know. It's just crazy to see everyone trying to be somebody here. And of course, all the big names are here, so like you can go pretty much any time of the year and see some big name band.
Mm-hmm. Are you have you met some famous people just being down in that area? Yeah, the most famous people we meet here are like Green Bay Packer football players. So.
Right. Rumor has it, my dad and I were downtown one day, and there was this pack of teenage girls, and so we heard somewhere that it was a One Direction member.
Oh my!
But I didn't actually see him, so I can't confirm that.
That's why.
But no, I haven't really met anybody.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah.
All right. So, as being up and coming musicians and whatnot, how are you planning on getting yourself out there? How are you planning on getting your music out there, moving your career forward? What are some of the things that you do now, or some things that you're thinking about getting into? Mitchell?
Well, definitely social media is the way to go. It's everyone has some form of social media nowadays. Facebook, Twitter especially. I know a lot of people post covers, 6-second covers on Vine. That's a big thing. But just advertising, bringing your CDs to every show that you play so people can hear them. And just getting to interact with people too, just so that they put in a good word for you for the next people, so that they can hear you.
Well, what do you think? How do you plan on networking and getting out there and moving forward with your career?
Well, I'd probably be a little bit like Pomplamoose, where I would do everything but live shows. So it'd be all YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, just meeting people in general, but never actually performing in front of an audience. My audience would be like, 2 hours ahead of me, like about a week after I've posted up the video.
I don't understand. Say that again.
As in, I would probably only use market my music through social media. It would not be any live shows.
So you would prefer not to play live?
Exactly.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you meet people then and things like that if you're just going to use social media?
You can go to Harmony Cafe. You can hang out, but that's not actually performing your stuff. That's...
Oh, you mean you don't mind getting out there and meeting people, like going
right.
to like open mics or concerts or things, but you don't necessarily want to be like going on tour and doing concerts.
Exactly.
So you still want to mix and mingle with other musicians face to face.
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, and you're also involved in networking with people online too, right?
Yeah, new Facebook group. Thanks, Dad.
Tell us about the Facebook group.
Words Needs Music.
And everybody here's a member of that talking right now. So we'd like to invite everybody listening to join it. It's a Facebook group called Words Need Music.
Yeah, there's no S on needs.
Yeah. So explain what the group is, Will, and what we're hoping to accomplish.
Okay, well, Words Need Music. You are contagious. Words Need Music is a Facebook group for lyricists that don't compose their own music or compose a little bit, or for composers who don't write lyrics and they want to collaborate with other musicians so they can actually make a song as opposed to just, part of it like the lyrics or the composition.
Right, and the group's pretty much open to anyone that
is willing to participate.
Right, and follow the rules and collaborate. Yeah, sounds great. So Words Need Music on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. Did I not get to you, Andrew? I think I forgot to ask you.
Yep.
As far as how you're planning on getting out there and what you're doing now, and what you're planning on doing.
All right. Well, what I'm doing now is obviously social media and all that stuff. More specifically, YouTube and Instagram have been my two best friends recently. I get the most interaction on there for some reason.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you more about Instagram because you made a comment on one of our Facebook groups that that Instagram was like the last great unmessed up place. I don't know. What's the word you used?
I don't remember. Uncontaminated, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think you said uncontaminated. What's so great about Instagram? Because honestly, I don't get it. And if you can maybe explain that to me, I'd really appreciate that.
Well, first off, my target market is there. So
who is your target market?
Teenage girls seem to be attracted to me for some reason. Probably because I'm a teenage guy.
What did I miss?
Well,
that's a good answer.
It's a good thing I didn't say that was my target market. I'm sorry.
Boingo.
Anyway, so teenage girls. So what you're saying is teenage girls are innocent.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to edit
so
this.
much editing.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Andrew. Please, I apologize.
No, it's good. Yeah, Instagram is really good for me. I've gotten a lot more interaction on there than any social media. And the reason I call it the uncontaminated social network is because, like, on Facebook, it chooses what you see in your newsfeed, if you haven't realized that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and, like, even on YouTube, I think they're starting to do that now. Even if you're subscribed to someone, it won't show up in your subscriptions.
Right, yeah, they're filtering because what they're saying, the logic is supposed to be we know what's good for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to decide what you should see so that you have the best experience possible on our platform.
Yeah, which I disagree with. I feel like we should be able to choose, but whatever.
Well, that's interesting. So how do you use Instagram? I mean, this is, again, not something I would consider a major networking tool. I just figured it's a place you put pictures up. So how does that turn into a networking tool, other than all the teenage girls?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of comment interaction on Instagram for me, anyways, as opposed to my other networks.
And what kind of things do you put up on your Instagram page?
Just normal stuff a teenage boy would put up. In addition to like my like in the middle of mixing, I'll post like a little video or something. And I was doing this weekly thing called Guitar 52, where I post a video of me playing guitar every week. But I haven't been able to do that recently because my iPod's been kind of messed up.
There's a lot of that going on. Mitchell, you mentioned Vine. Mm-hmm. Now, Vine is something that you just got me hooked on Vine, like yesterday, and I made my first Vine
in my
video.
car.
Yeah, I know. For the other people out there like me, see, I'm hoping that you guys are all going to hip me up a little bit. My son always laughs when I say I want to be hip because Will says hip people don't say hip. So
just don't break one.
But tell us about Vine and maybe how musicians can use Vine. If you have a thought on that.
Well, people for some reason, love watching 6-second videos. I mean, out of all the different things that you could watch, they watch 6-second videos of people doing like stupid things or funny things. But there's a big market for musicians where they'll play a 6-second bit of a song, and people say, "Ooh, I like that 6 seconds. I want more." So you, in the comments then, or in the description, you put your channel name, and you put your channel URL, and eventually that just gets around, and then they say, "Hey, I want more than that just 6 seconds," and they check out your stuff.
Cool, excellent. Will, do you have anything else to plop in there that's new, hot, unusual that I might not be aware of that could be useful, or should we move on?
Well, I guess retro's coming back in a weird sort of way.
And explain that.
8-bit sounding stuff, like I Fight Dragons specifically.
Oh, and who's that other fellow that uses YouTube that you like?
Joe Jeremiah.
Joe Jeremiah.
There's also a lot of other people that I'm subscribed to on YouTube because I'm also a teenage boy, such as Andrew, except I don't get the ladies. Because that's not how I roll.
So, Will, who is your target market?
Market? I would suppose other dudes that are into dudes that I don't really care to know.
We'll have to talk later, son.
Yes.
Mitchell, you had your hand up.
Well, first of all, I'd like to comment by saying that I like Andrew, was aiming for the teenage girl market, and somehow I ended up with the market of 30 to 50-year-old women.
That's perfectly okay.
That's now my market now.
I don't get anything. That's essentially my market.
But I would like to say SoundCloud.
Oh, yeah.
Is a fantastic way to share your things. It's the Facebook of sound. And
are you on the SoundCloud, Andrew?
Yeah, but personally, I use it more of like a Dropbox kind of deal.
I see. Okay, now here's something that really, because I have a teenage son myself, I'm constantly and a teenage daughter too. I'm constantly being reminded of how uncool I really am. And what I want to find out from you guys is, and this is really important. So you have an opportunity to give advice to all the other musicians out there that have been doing it for a while. That are out there touring, got record deals. They're trying to sell you stuff. They want you to come to their shows, whatever, blah blah blah.
They're still hip.
But here's the question: what is a big no-no? What would absolutely turn you off? That something that you would never do, or you don't like it when other artists try to do it, either thinking they're cool or thinking that this is the hot thing, or something that just turns you off. Andrew, you have any thoughts on that?
Not particularly.
Really? Okay. So okay, fine. Mitchell, anything turn you off?
Well, there is one trend that I'm finding, and that's basically the more money you have in your pocket, the more likely of a chance that you'll become famous, because now people are getting so overproduced. Like the stuff that you hear on the radio is very auto-tuned, and it's really hard to find talent, true musical talent. And one thing I guess that I really don't like about today's music is that it's not written by the artists themselves. It's more of a team of people that write for a single person, and it really loses the intimacy of the song.
Okay, yeah, I would totally agree with that. Yeah.
Excellent. Will?
Okay, well, my immediate turnoff is whether or not your music sucks. And specifically the things that I don't like is anything that sounds like MIDI, so basically anything that I do. Which is why I don't like my stuff. I don't like MIDI. Like, for instance, we listened to the new Boston album.
Oh my gosh. Have either one of you guys heard the new Boston album?
No.
Nope.
Don't bother.
Never. Oh my lord. It was the biggest pile of garbage I've ever heard in my life. Like the first song, I thought that the drummer was a drummer, and then it really was annoying.
Then you thought he was a drunk drummer.
Yeah, because he kept getting sloppier and sloppier, and it sounded like he was playing like these swing stuff to a rock rhythm. So I'm trying to figure out what he's doing, and the next thing that occurs to me, It's a drum machine. It's the crappiest drum machine ever.
Yeah,
So
it's really bad.
I mean, it was so bad. And besides just whether or not it sucks, I also don't necessarily like unnecessary cursing.
Really?
Yeah, that's something that really bothers me. Like,
That's interesting. Now, because I know some of the things you listen to is, some parents would
vulgar.
have me, punished for letting you listen to it. But Mitchell, you don't seem to be too into that either with your music.
No, actually, my music could be classified as Christian rock.
Almost, yeah, it really
Almost,
does.
yeah.
And what about you, Andrew? Are you a big fan of that, or for either to listen to or to using your music if you add vocals?
No, I'm definitely not for cursing or for vulgarity.
Oh,
please silence all cell phones during the podcast.
yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting. That's the one thing when I started going out recently to hear, what the younger people were doing at the open mics and stuff, I could not believe. A lot of guys are always saying, like, oh, the music today stinks, and the kids, crappy music, blah, blah, blah. When I go out to actually hear what the younger people are doing live, it gives me so much hope for the future. Because, I mean, again, Andrew, you're an amazing guitar player. Mitchell's, just, with the folk thing and the melodies, and then like Will, he's a lost cause, but
following in my father's footsteps.
But no, I'm serious. But all the things that you guys are into is so musical and so melodic and not necessarily loud. It's interesting. I'm the old guy in the family. I'm the loudest one. I would have turned the Marshalls up to 1,000 and rock out, and like Will's like, turn it down, it's too loud, and it's like,
or I'm like, turn up because I can't hear myself.
Well, that's another story. Okay, we're kind of running down towards the end of the show, and there was one thing that I really wanted to talk to you guys about, and I'd like to get your opinions on it. I'd like to talk about crowdfunding. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on things like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Pledge Music, Patreon, or any of those. I'm going to let Andrew go first because I know once Will started talking, he probably won't stop.
Well, maybe. I might just keep it short.
Oh boy. Well,
and I mean this both from the standpoint of whether you might use it or not, or how you feel about other people have used it, or just the services in general, abuse or positive, negatives, whatever you see. Go ahead.
All right. Well, of course, there will always be people that will abuse that kind of stuff. Greedy pigs. But
Diablo scum.
But personally, I'm working on getting a Patreon page up because I feel like that is the best for some reason. I don't know why exactly. I guess it's just kind of like more of a connection than if it was like a one-time pledge and you get it one time. It's kind of like more of a connection. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I think Patreon, that's the Pomplamoose guy set that up.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, that's basically a situation where as you create content that would normally be for free, like your Facebook, like your YouTube or music, or if you're an author, things like that. And every time you post content, people have the option of, paying you something for it every time you post stuff. So it's like an ongoing way to actually make a living from something that would normally be put out for free. It's still there for free if people choose to take it for free. But yeah, so that you're thinking about going Patreon then?
Yeah.
Do you find any of the Facebook posts and Twitters annoying?
About like, come join me on Patreon or come support my Kickstarter, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the 80-20 rule or whatever that is.
Right, absolutely. Totally get it.
Mitchell,
so what's your thoughts on crowdfunding?
Well, I guess the only thing that I really have to say about it, I don't personally do that, but the more you connect with your audience, the more they'll be willing to pay. In a sense of kind of going back to Wayne's World 2, if you book them, they'll come. If you're nice to them, they will pay. You just gotta have a when you talk to people, you got to have a kind heart. You got to make sure that you connect with them on a personal level as well as a musical level.
Wow, you guys are like just teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Man,
nah,
we're learning a lot of stuff here, guys. Will, take it away. Release the hounds.
What? Release the hounds.
All right, we're talking about crowdfunding. Go.
Okay, well, I guess all that I really have to say is, if you use your crowdfunding sources, make sure that you actually have an audience to start with, because otherwise you're just pretty much wasting your time. But you don't want to rush into it when you have your audience either. You want to do what Mitchell said: be kind to them. Keep releasing content regularly. Don't be like giving them the short end of the stick in this situation. You want to treat them just as well as they treat you, if not better. So then you can actually understand that what they're giving to you in terms of, like, commodities is what you're giving to them in terms of what would that be, a performer to audience relationship. So you can do that. Otherwise, you could just be absolutely goofy, and you could have, like, your guest voices, which are completely impersonated, such as Sean Connery, coming to you live from Mr. Billy's house. And you could crowdfund yourself that way, but that would be kind of silly.
Okay, thanks, Will. Okay. A couple of rapid-fire questions here. Smartphones. Are you using those to help your crew? Do you guys have smartphones? Andrew?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Like I said, Instagram, best friend.
Okay. Mitchell?
Smartphones are a must. I don't have one, but that's why I have Mr. Billy.
Will?
I have Android, so it works basically the same way, but I've only really used it for Facebook so far while I'm at school. Because that's a perfect use of your time at school.
Absolutely. Desktop or laptop computers, do you spend more time on those than you do on a tablet or a mobile device? Andrew?
Yes.
Yes. You spend more time on your computer still?
Yeah.
Okay. Mitchell?
By far, yeah. When I do try to mix stuff, I work on things all night.
Cool. Will?
Well, I'm a computer gamer, so I guess yeah.
Okay, excellent. And one last question before you guys get to do some shameless plugs here. And I just totally forgot what the question was. That's really horrible, isn't it?
What is your quest?
Gosh. No,
What
interview
is
ever.
your favorite color?
Blue.
No,
green!
green! Ah!
do you have any idea how many listeners I just lost?
Hey, Monty Python has some great music. Brave, brave Sir Robin.
Oh, no, let's not go there. Okay. I'm going to have to pay royalties on that now. So thanks a lot.
Oh, you can edit it out.
Okay. All right, then I guess we'll just forget that question because apparently it's totally gone forever now. Oh, yeah, I remember. Thank you. It's not going forever. Okay, we're going to start with Will. We're going to work our way back to Andrew. Will, so this music thing, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Probably living with you. I don't have anything else to add to that.
Okay. I mean, do you have aspirations to do what with what you're doing? Record more?
Well,
play music for a living? Get a job at McDonald's? I mean, what do you do?
Well, really what I want to do is I just want to surround myself with musicians, and really it's just in hopes that somebody needs me to do work for them, because like I do drumming, I can learn guitar, I can figure out bass all right, I could probably figure out piano, I've worked with MIDI before, I'm working on singing, and I'm getting better. So, I mean, I guess I would do what Fiverr's doing in a sense, and like post myself up as like a Fiverr guy and be like, we'll do this for $5, you know, involving music.
Moving on. Tell us, Mitchell, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Well, I believe that, well, for my approach anyway, I'm going to be taking a more mellow approach. I plan on, I want to do something as far as live shows go, release a few more albums, just put my heart and soul into it, and hopefully something good comes out in the professional field.
Awesome. And Andrew, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
I really don't know, because I got this far in 2 years, so...
Okay, now I hate you.
Sorry. Hopefully touring or something crazy where I don't have to focus on life. I can just focus on music.
Wow, that's really awesome. We'd all like that. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I'm okay with just gaming.
It's the hope.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll start with you, Andrew. Tell us anywhere that you want to have people contact you, where they can find you, watch your videos, where the teenage girls can find you, and all that stuff. Take it away, buddy. Shameless plug time.
Well, since my website is still being redesigned, of course, Instagram at Andrew James Guitar, and YouTube, youtube.com/user/DrewDJT74 be the two best places.
Excellent. Okay. And Mitchell, where do we find you?
You can find my music on SoundCloud if you type in my name, Mitchell T. Devroy. You can also
How do you spell your last name?
Devroy. You can also find me on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Mitchell Devroy Music, all one word. And you can also find me on Twitter at Mitchell T. Devroy.
And did you say your YouTube? I forget.
My YouTube is, I'm currently working on it.
Okay,
so.
all right. And Will, is there any place you want people to find you, or are you just going to hide?
Oh, I'll just be lurking in the caves.
Do you have any contact if people want to talk to you, like maybe through the Words of Music group?
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody wants to talk to me, then I'm pretty much always on the Words Need Music page. So go there, see what's going on.
And what's your regular Facebook?
My regular Facebook, Will Grysack, WILGRISACK.
Excellent, fantastic. All right, guys. Well, that was a wonderful chat. Maybe we'll get a chance to do this again and see where things are going. Once again, you've been listening to the Mad Music Marketing Minutes. Mad Music Marketing Minutes podcast. My name's Billy Grysack. You can find me at madmusicmarketing.com. No, that's wrong. I'm going to start that whole thing over again.
Would you like Sean Connery to jump in here?
No, that's okay. Okay.
Are you sure?
Well, that's about all the time we have right now, everybody. My name is Billy Grysack. I'm your Music Marketing Mind. You can find me at musicmarketingmind.com. Also, please consider joining our Facebook group, Words Need Music. It's a Facebook group. And I also have a music career support group at Music Marketing Mind on Facebook. It's a group also, so search the groups. If you have any questions, you can reach us at info@musicmarketingmind.com. Okay, well, that's about it, everybody. Say goodbye, Andrew.
See ya.
Say goodbye, Mitchell.
Bye-bye.
Will?
Will?
Say goodbye, Will.
Oh, say goodbye, Will.
Say goodbye, Sean Connery.
Goodbye, yes.
All right, this is Billy. Bye-bye, everybody. And if I can find the right mouse.
Don't edit that out.